Your original hometown dealer, Saida, Trudeau Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram.
During the April 30th Board of County Commissioners meeting, the discussion of whether or not to adopt, amend and adopt, or reject the fiscal year 20 Public Safety and Use Tax Plan for Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue was had.
There are some reoccurring costs that are captured in this. When we had the earlier discussions with Savannah on the general fund supporting some staff, there are some staff that we have listed as rovers in our contracts that are reoccurring costs under PSST because they were new additions. So the general fund did not absorb those staff members. PSST did. So they're shown here, as well as some of the equipment that is distributed to them specifically. Also included are some equipment and tools that will be additions. Some monitors, things along those lines. But why I asked Brad to stay here is because there are the mobile data terminals that is almost identical as the GTEC. They are the same things. They do almost the same functions as the sheriff's office. We're cooperating in a spirit of getting the same equipment under the same warranties. Yes, exactly. And so that's why I asked Brad to stay up. So if you have any questions on those.
Same software?
It will be accepted. It even has the ability to do the tickets, which we wouldn't write the speeding tickets and things that they do, but the unauthorized control burns, parking in fire zones, things along those lines. It gives the ability, dual roles. So it works the same way that Lieutenant Barukowitz described.
Good idea.
But I wanted to make sure that Brad was here, so if you had any questions regarding the differences.
So unique thought.
So same questions I had would be answered the same way about connectivity, 5-year term. We're looking to get that life. If we get 7, we'll all be very happy, et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly.
Okay. I appreciate that it has an additional role that you could write citations. However, I don't want to take you away from your primary mission, which is you guys are stretched out very thin, putting out fires across.
Well, and a lot of those calls come from unauthorized control burns. And so this gives us, it dovetails right in there with the ability. The other thing why I asked Brad to stay here is also for the 800 megahertz mobile radios. There's 2 different sections here. One is for the 2 new ambulances, which are current capital improvements or capital projects. They have to have new radios installed on them. They're under a Motorola-based program. State EMS requires us to have 800 radios under a Harris proprietary system, even though they're both 800. They have this ability to communicate, but not that you might think, and Brad is the expert on that subject matter. But we need those for the new ambulances because the equipment that they distributed several years ago is no longer supported. You can't even get the parts for them. So that is part of this particular project as well.
The fiscal year 20 Public Safety and Use Tax Plan was adopted with a unanimous vote.
I'd like to adopt the FY20 Public Safety and Use Tax, PSST, plan for the Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adopt the fiscal year 20 PSS plan for Pahrump Valley Fire Rescue. Public comment. Seeing nothing, all those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Unanimous?
Welcome.
Thank you.